I am buzzing. Welcome to the World of Sport TV. I have just been messaged an exclusive for you all, but that'll have to wait till later on in the show, because let's wait till Paul gets here and we get loads of people watching so I can break a bit of breaking news for you. But before all that happens, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy what you see through the night, and hit the bell button to let us know. And please hit that like button so we can get as many people watching as possible. If you'd like to become a member, 99p, 199, 299, you all know the crack. If you want to become a member, please do so. The link is in the chat. The more members we get, the more money we can give away to this fabulous charity sports trader who are going to be selling off gear. We're going to buy it for prizes to members only, and hopefully give some kids some great gear to be able to go to school and compete at a level playing field of all the kids who can't afford all that stuff. Sponsor for the show, Northern Soul Photo Guide. Please check them out. If you want a print to go up on the wall or in a bedroom or in a hallway or something like that, the guy's got some great stuff. And he has sent me our first prize giveaway, but this will happen in February. I've got a print in here that all subscribers can try and win. If you are subscribed and you haven't had a prize ball number yet, please DM me and I'll give you one so you can actually be in the draw. 2 more to do. Glenn Middis, my best mate, Coastal Carpentry and Joinery. If you need any work done in the Northeast, in Durham or anywhere in those outskirts, he does some great work. Please get in touch with him. There's his card. Write down the details. He's a fantastic guy and he works for himself. So help another local business. And another charity close to our heart, obviously the food bank. We got 20 of these signs to sell. We sold a couple already. £5 goes to the charity, which means £100 donation to the food bank. So it's a fantastic cause. So that's all the crap out the way. Let's get the co-hosts in. Hello, Jade.
Hi.
I've got an exclusive.
Don't. I can't believe you did that to me. Right?
I've got an exclusive, Billy.
Not okay. Not okay, Baz.
It is okay. Just be careful if you put out there. Just saying
you shouldn't over-egg the Jack Colback coming back story, Baz, for fuck's sake.
It's better than that. It's actually something we've talked about.
So.
It's actually something we've talked about, and I am very, very happy. That's probably a bit of a giveaway. Let's have a quick look at the comments, because there's 17 flying in them. Obviously, Tom is obviously mentioning about the £30 million bid. We are going to cover that tonight.
What's his name?
You're going to put your Bruno.
That way it is.
You're from Pillow. All right. Even though, Bazza, you're doing a watch along on deadline day. Yes, we are, Mark. We're going to do it over the 2 channels. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's talk Bruno Guimaraes. Is that how you pronounce it?
Guimaraes.
Guimaraes. I was close.
But Bruno's good enough.
Exactly, Bruno. Good evening from Louis. Sean White. Evening, everyone. Ginger, 6 days. Barry, there is 6 days. Well done. Evening, Baz. Cheers, Baz. Honestly, things are going to heat up. I'm promising you. Evening, everyone. Crazy news on Twitter about Lyon's Bruno to Newcastle, saying the club has already accepted the offer while the players negotiating with our new owners. Hope this is true. We're going to cover it, so we'll debunk everything on Twitter if we can. HP's in the house. Trust the source, everyone. I absolutely love it. Any gossip? Yes, there is. Keith. Evening, Jade and Billy. Thanks, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Thanks, pal.
Oh, Michael.
Please don't say the exclusive for 15 minutes after run out. The exclusive will be a little bit there down the line, mate. I'm holding that one back. No favoritism. Loads of conflicting reports about the players. Don't believe any of them until they're on the stripe, standing next to Eddie and Amanda. I don't blame you, Wacky, because it's been one hell of a window so far. Baz, not to sound respect, but you got me excited with exclusives. One exclusive. And I love it. Sky Sports saying we are ending interest in Lingard. That's not true. Just message Paul and his child to hurry the fuck up. Yep. Yeah, get him over. You should know to finish on time. Evening, everyone, from Gary. Guy, hello. News at last. Yes, there is news. Hello, everyone. It's not the news you're expecting, though. Has a CDM from Leon really good at controlling the game, but has turned us down twice before. But let's see what happens, Ginger. It is all down to the player for as far as we're aware, so we're going to cover that one. I think we go back in for Sven Botman. Come on, Baz, tell me, please. I think we will on deadline day. Evening, lads, from Rob. I'm now walking around watching on my phone. Ian, just chill, mate. I will tell you the information in a little while. Don't worry. Barry, I said evening before, pay attention to the comments. I do try, Michael, but, there's so many of them. And I'm not even catching up. It's pronounced Bruno Guimaraes.
Runker you've got there. You've got that wrong, Jack.
Can't
That's
just anyone
easy.
that's about the first name.
Let's talk about how perfectly smooth Jade's hair looks. Yeah, I thought that tonight as well, yeah.
Remarkable.
Extra effort for you tonight, boys.
It is, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Hi,
the
all
HQ
Dunning's in the
what's
house.
name's on?
Dublin's going to be modern, so everyone needs to keep it, chilled until we get about an hour in, and then everything goes tits up.
You said tits, man.
I know there's a very good chance that I will be asked for milk at some point tonight as well, because the baby is due at some point. So even everyone, oh yes, Callum, sort of right. Stephen, welcome. Thanks for joining again as always. Even legends, I wouldn't go that far.
Legends.
You won't go that far. I'm taking that.
Yeah, go on, you take it. Mr. Positive in the house tonight. I say I am very positive tonight. Always talking about Ginger. It's on the Yellow Barn Sky Sports News that we're close to ending interest in Lingard. Yeah, but Sky don't always get it right, even though just calling Bruno G much easier.
To say, don't they? They've regurgitated the same 3 stories for the last 4 days.
Exactly.
So they need something to say.
Exactly. Well, hello, Jade. I got the easiest part of the name wrong. Let me pronounce his first name and tell you the second name. I love it. Can I have some milk? Yes, you can, Ian. Yes, you can have some milk, Ian. Yeah, you don't need to ask twice. Got milk pads. Oh, wow.
Strange name. That's that one there. That's strange username.
I didn't even see it, mate. I'm just trying to read the comments and not get caught out like John did. Has everyone seen it? Did you see it tonight, though, Billy?
So good.
Yeah, but he got caught out more than once tonight.
Oh, did he?
Someone put in, I'm fed up of getting messed around by all these foreign clubs. We should just cut all losses and go out for smelly, spelled SCHMELLI, Bunny. And he said it, and he goes, I think he's trying to say Chris Smalling there.
Brilliant. Yes, I am very giddy. You'll find out sooner rather than later. Evening all. Bazza, what you think about? There it is. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
It's bad, isn't it? It's really bad. I think what made it worse was the comment of I think I heard of that player.
Yeah, I've played it about 4 times on my show. I've played it 4 times on my show tonight. Oh, look at that comment from Jan saying Paul just got on my nerves. Wow, interesting. Because people don't like what I say.
Not enough concrete, big chungus. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to leave the comments there because there's so many of them coming in. I'm trying to catch up, but I can't. What a player. That's obviously got to be put up there. Proper funny. Right. Let's start with the players. I've got a bit of breaking news for us tonight, Paul, by the way. I'm going to say...
Have you heard the Lingard deal's off as well, by the way?
I've heard it's on Sky.
It's off.
It's definitely
I've heard
off.
it from
100% off.
Yeah, I've just had a text message. It's off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lingard's not happening.
My little breaking news isn't about Lingard.
By Budweiser.
Exactly.
My Diet Coke.
I definitely win this one tonight, boys.
Not even got a drink.
I love it. So
if haven't got one, Billy.
If the missus shouts for milk, can someone just read the comments out when I disappear? That'd be brilliant. But no, my exclusives are very different. So I'm really looking forward to announcing it because you'll understand why I'm so fucking happy. You'll probably disagree with it, but there you go. Right, so this guy, Bruno, it's just come out of nowhere, really. But apparently...
It's not happening, Buzz.
Oh, you see, I've heard different.
No.
I heard he's got the same...
Yeah,
but that's Sky again, isn't it?
Pete Graves has got some very good contacts, Buzz.
He has. But this guy's also got the same agent as Carlos. So they've been talking about this deal at the same time they've been trying to get the Carlos deal through as well. So there's a lot of interest in France to say that he is going through. Obviously, Sky is saying no. HP is saying there is a genuine interest. So it is definitely one to be looking at. And we might as well look at him because there's not much else going on other than the same usual names. So we thought we'd start with this guy. So I mean, he would change our midfield, wouldn't he, Paul?
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's a brilliant player, but I'm very skeptical now about all these links with players because you have to be careful now because we're in the last 6 days and he's come out of nowhere, just like a few others have come out of nowhere. Now, if he does come in, he's a very, very good player. He's a very good midfielder. He will undoubtedly improve our side. It's just sometimes I just worry that we're being linked left, right, and centre with different players now because there's 6 days left in the transfer window, and I just don't want us to end up panic buying. Have we done enough homework on this guy? We all know he's a decent player without a shadow of a doubt. However, we've got to be. I'm just worried that we don't do enough homework, and I don't know who's scouting these players. It's these players that are coming out of nowhere, so it's difficult to judge. But if he does come, yes, he's a definite good addition.
Do you not think sometimes though the ones that come out of the blue are the ones that actually get over the line? Look at Chris Wood.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's just the ones that maybe just come out of the blue are the ones that we've actually been pushing for. So there is a flip side to it. Yeah. So I mean, look, he's a very, very good player. He's highly rated, and he's better than what we've got. So yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jade, looking at those stats there, obviously his passing accuracy is the one that really, really excites me, 90%. And if you look at where it goes right, left, or forward, and very rarely backwards. Now, he is a centre midfielder who wins the ball and gets teams on the front foot. So it would be exciting if he comes. But again, we take it with a pinch of salt, don't we?
Yeah, everything's with a pinch of salt at the minute. Because like Paul said, we've been linked with every player across Europe, easily. 300 plus names on a list. Take your pick. There's no doubt that guy would improve our midfield. He's clearly better than anything else that we've got in the squad. He's a beast. The guy is a tank of a CDM. His stats are unreal. When you look at his challenges, the amount of interceptions he makes and going forward. But my concern is because we don't know who's doing the research, who's doing the scouting, we don't know what the plan is. All of these names are coming here, there, and everywhere. You don't know who's a panic buy. You don't know, have they been looking at him and now they're making their move the final week? We don't know. It doesn't look good. It looks very panicky. All these names getting thrown out there all of a sudden last week, 6 days to go. We've been linked with everyone all over again. So just kind of like taking it all with a pinch of salt at the moment. But there's no way I'd say no to the guy. He's a tank. Yeah.
The only good thing about it is the way I see it is that Arsenal have been after him. So if Arsenal are after a player, he must be a good player, Billy.
Yeah, I guess so. And Brazilian international as well. And I can't disagree with the panic situation. If we could keep getting turned down for players, then there's got to be other players on the list. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You go down one. Whether this is true or not, again,
what is the alleged bid for him?
It's all alleged, isn't it?
Well, accepted according to all the French guys, and it's meant to be, where is it again? I've got it written down.
It's somewhere about 40 million euros.
40 million euros, yeah. And
I don't know, 20% of that salon clause will have to go to his former club as well.
Yeah, and then you've got to look at the accounts that have been seeing it in France. I mean, you're talking accounts very, very high number of followers as well. So maybe the French are ahead of the English agents and people that are out there who already know it's happening because they've been trying to do the Carlos deal and he has the same agent. So that's the bit that I'm clinging on to.
Are we going to throw 40 million euros at him if we're not going to throw 40 million euros at centre back?
Yes.
See, that's where
that's where my confusion
marquee
is.
Signing, marquee signing.
A centre back would be a marquee signing.
Yeah, but this guy's 24, not 29.
Yeah,
that's a difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference in age as well. Salon
he'll improve our defence before sitting in front of him.
Yeah, that as well.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I mean, take everything with a pinch of salt the way things have been going, but
yes.
Damn right, we take him, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. If we'd love to see him come through the door. and for 40 million euros, and they've got to pay 20% of that to his former club as a sell-on clause, apparently, according to Wikipedia. That is. And that's good business, I think.
If you check Wikipedia, we've already
I'd
signed
never
him.
say no to the guy. I think he's quality. You know, I do. I completely agree with all of that. It's just come a bit out of nowhere, this one.
Yeah, well, like I say, Chris Wood did as well, and it was done and dusted in 24 hours because we hit his release clause. His release clause, I think, is 60 million, though, I think I was reading. So we are a little bit under it. But let's see how it plays out. I mean, the French are saying it's very, very far down the line. You know, Sky is saying different, but Sky do get it wrong as well. You know, Chris Wood took Sky by surprise. Yeah, I know.
Well, Sky said that Vlahovic was destined for Arsenal and he's signing for Juve today. So
yeah, that's it. Sky like to break things, and if they don't, then they kind of poo-poo it until it happens.
Yeah, their story was he'd never go to Juve because of the clash between the two clubs in the Italian league. All of a sudden now a 62 whatever million euro bid or whatever is in, and he's going to Juve. So I think none of them know. Let's be fair.
And to be fair to John Sinclair, he did say that he'd signed for Juve, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
it's about the only thing he's ever got right in his life. But yeah,
he's good at pronouncing names. He's better than me. He just gets caught out by them.
He had to get one right, didn't he? Come on.
Yeah, but he gets caught out by them, doesn't he? That's the thing. He pronounces them quite well.
I mean, how can you read something like Mo Leicester and saying Michael Jackson in the same sentence?
Yes.
I mean, Christ on a bike, man.
I mean, I haven't seen much of him myself, but I have heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
It's brilliant. Right, Zapata, it's not dead. This is another thing that excites me. I don't know if you guys or Paul, you've heard the same sort of information, but Atalanta have rejected our offer of 8 million loan with an obligation to buy for another 30 million, including bonuses if we survive.
Yeah.
Now, what I've heard is that Atalanta are rejecting it because they want us to have the obligation to buy regardless. So if we go down, we've still got to buy him. So that's why the offer hasn't been accepted. So they want money regardless. Now, will the player want to take that risk, knowing that if we do go down, he's got to sign for the club that's just been relegated? What do you make of that one, Jade?
No, I don't think he does.
No, either do I.
I don't think he takes that risk. I don't think he comes for that. So to me, I'd say that one's gone cold. Because I don't think he signs that if we go down, he has to come down with us. A player of that quality. No, I can't see it.
Especially at his age as well. He doesn't want to play in the Championship.
Yeah, it's not. I can't see that one happening.
Yeah, Billy. But if we could pull it off, we'd probably stay up.
Yeah, absolutely, and his goals would be key to that. But like Jade says, I mean, it's a massive gamble for a 30-year-old to take. The next season, he could be playing at Stoke and Barnsley and places like that. Sunderland, heaven forbid. I don't think it's going to happen.
Paul, what do you make of it, and what have you heard?
I've heard pretty much the same as you, Baz, but I've heard it's a bit further off than close. So again, pinch of salt kind of thing. You know, if it starts picking up traction within the next couple of days, then fair enough. But again, I'd love him to sign because he's a brilliant footballer. He's a brilliant striker. But the problem is, you know, how far is this down the line, really? You know, have we actually, you know, talked about money with anybody? And, you know, it's a lot of people commented on my show earlier on the fan forum that they're getting a bit fed up of hearing things like, oh, players agreed terms. You know, because realistically, it annoys me because players agree terms, fair enough, but they should really. We need to get agreements with the clubs first before we start agreeing bloody personal terms because, you know, look at this with Carlos. I mean, I do believe that we've spoken to the player. I do believe that an agreement is in place with the player. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But what gets me is Sevilla obviously keep bumping the price up like every 5 minutes. You know, they ask for a certain fee. We say, right, we'll pay it. And they've done that 3 times now, and then 3 times they've boosted the price up. So, you know, if I'm starting to think, right, I'm not going to believe anything until, even from the sources I get, until the players are holding the bloody shirt. Because it's, I mean, yes, it creates good debate and stuff like that, and good conversation, but it's very, very, very frustrating as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, like you say, all these agreements that we've got with players, Lingard apparently wants to come. He's agreed potentially terms, but can't agree terms until Man United give him the green light. You know, there's Carlos. There's been quite a few of them, hasn't there? Where it's like, oh, we're getting excited, and then suddenly it just gets pulled from underneath. We're in this, as Jade keeps on saying to me every time I message her, you better have good news for us, Baz. You better have something.
I know.
I'm getting desperate now. The window's getting closed. I need something.
Yeah.
Like,
every morning I text him, what you got today? And if it's not positive, don't text me back.
So she doesn't get many
messages. Because I can't keep doing these talks. Like you said, it's those continuous tweets where it's, we've agreed X, Y, and Z with X, Y, and Z player.
Yeah.
We now just need to agree it with the club. And I'm like, don't say anything. You know, because the second you say it's agreed with the player, or, you know, they've said they want to move, they've handed in the transfer request, they're refusing contracts and X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly you're thinking, okay, well, the deal's obviously going to go ahead because the player wants it. We want it. We've agreed X, Y, and Z. It's all going to go ahead. And then all of a sudden, next day, it's off. Or an hour later, it's off.
I agree with that.
It's really annoying.
Jan, can you elaborate on that one? I take it you were watching Paul's Fan Forum and you might have disagreed with something with him. It would be nice to know why, and we can put it right. John got fooled with me. Yeah, he did.
Listen, I mean, no, people aren't going to agree with certain things I say.
Yeah, of course not. I don't all the time, do I? But I
exactly.
don't agree with everything I say all the time.
Well, yeah.
I've had my haircut today. I'm looking sharp, you twat.
Sharp?
So's my little boy. He had his haircut as well.
Yeah, he probably looks sharp. But
yeah, he does.
You're 40-year-old. Sharp, and that disappears the later in life you get.
You speak for yourself.
Well, Billy, I was going to say, you put a pair of shades on and you do look cool. You can pull it off.
He does pull it off, actually.
Oh, it's starting. Here we go. Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen.
There's nothing rude about that. Only in your head and possibly mine.
Right, yeah, my head. Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, man. Yeah, we've covered that one, Dan. Lots of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here tonight. It's great when the chat's like this. I can't freaking keep up with it. Even though we're waiting on your big announcement. Yes, it's coming soon.
Oh, we're all waiting.
We're all waiting. What's happening with transfers? You're going to find out. We just got to listen, Wayne. Good evening, everyone. Yep. We're going to see loads of comments about that, aren't we?
Mate, I've got 101 notifications all because I put that video up on Twitter, and I've literally got over 100 notifications about people retweeting, liking, and oh dear me. So somebody commented on saying, I've seen Mo Lester play a few times. He's always on the run. Oh dear God. Brilliant. Oh, we have to get John. You know what we have to, Barry, is get John a Man United shirt with Mo Lester on the back.
Oh no, you'll get lynched.
Not more, as in the one word, two separate words.
People will work it out though.
One with Mo on and one with Lester. For him and Maisie, they can stand together while they go and watch Man United.
Yes, that's fair enough. Him and Maisie. John can be Mo, she can be Lester, because you know Maisie's heard of him. If I haven't seen him play before.
Brilliant.
Oh God Almighty!
Right. I've got one more plate to talk about some stats because we've not covered them yet, and then all the rest of the stuff we'll just go through bit by bit because I've got a load of information from them. So this guy, Niklas Sule, he wants 200k a week. We can get him on loan and then free in the summer. NUFC undecided as they will have to commit. So very interesting. Very, very good centre-back. I mean, his stats prove he's a very, very good centre-back. Look at that passing success rate as well, 92%. His recoveries, his clearances, his tackles won, within 90 minutes of a game. What he contributes to the team is fabulous. This would be a bit of a marquee centre-back signing if we could prize him away from Bayern Munich. I'm sure it's Bayern Munich. I am right, aren't I?
Yeah.
What do you reckon,
Jason Simone, because Jason's been talking about this guy since the takeover.
He has actually, he's mentioned it a few times.
So he is there available apparently, and there's a chance. It's a lot of money though, 200k a week.
Yeah.
And then
I'd have him in a heartbeat, Baz. He is a world-class centre-back. You don't play for Bayern Munich if you haven't got the talent. So, to be honest, I would be absolutely over the moon to get Sule. Over the moon. So it's a big yes from me, no matter what.
Yeah. And considering there's no fee or anything like that to really be agreed, it makes it a lot easier than what all these other deals are proven, Jade.
Yeah, get him in for the 6 months. I mean, when you said that we'd have to commit to what exactly? Because if he's free on the summer, then surely there's no doubt, there's no risk for him. Because if we go down, he can go. He's on a free.
I think the player's looking for a contract, like a longer contract.
Keep us up, then you can have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think they're saying commit even if we go down. Another one of those ones. With,
hey, if he wants to come down with us, I ain't going to say no to that one either.
You probably wouldn't though, would you? You'd probably sit on their wages and try to be sold.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Absolutely.
Oh God, here we go. Adam's obviously hitting again.
I've had a few comments on my show about that.
It's definitely not done. It's not. It's
because he's been putting it. Obviously, Lingard deal was done. Guimaraes deal's done. Carlos deal was done, and that's what I was talking to you about, Baz. You shouldn't really,
No, it
each to their own.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously he's trying to make a living out of it, and obviously sees that as a way of making it. But people cotton onto it.
You need headlines that are obviously going to get you to have a look, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Arsenal were talking to each other. These agents just saying personal terms agreed to get their clients a wage increase from their clubs. That's a potential as well, but there's lots of clubs trying to get more money out of us as well by saying there's other clubs coming in for them and putting bids in and player swaps and all this sort of stuff, and it's all a load of crap. So, right. So apparently Dele Alli hasn't progressed at all. So all this stuff on Twitter and in the media, the talks have gone quite quiet. I mean, are you happy with that, Paul, about Dele Alli, or would you have him?
If the Lingard deal's off, I'd have him.
Yeah. Would you not have both?
Well, I'd have both, but if I had to choose between one or the other, it would be obviously it would be Lingard in a second. But obviously, if that's not going to happen, then we have to look elsewhere.
Yep, this is true. Jade, what do you make of that one?
I'm not surprised. I mean, let's be fair. I think we all saw it the other night. As funny as we found it because he doesn't play for us, but his team's obviously struggling in certain areas, and he's having a really great time on TikTok. Doing X, Y, and Z videos. Paul's had enough.
I'm just adjusting my ISO because it's starting to go a bit dark.
Fair enough. Billy, Dele Alli, a miss for us, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be a fantastic ball for us, or loan or whatever. Yeah, I mean, because he's gone 24, 25, wants to be playing in the World Cup. Lots and lots of quality about him.
Yeah,
get him in. But like you say, it's gone quiet. But I just want to say something about Alfonso Leocardio, who's been very reliable in the transfer window so far. He predicted the Coutinho to Villa before it happened, and he's saying now that Leon have accepted a bid for Guimaraes from us.
It's heating up. It's heating up.
I love how happy you get. The rest of us just sit here like, all right.
That's because, yous have got so sick of it, and I'm still sitting here going, we've had 14 years of shit.
Being realistic,
I'm enjoying this.
That's what it is. I'm not enjoying this at all.
I am. I'm loving it. Absolutely.
I enjoyed the first week. The first week was really exciting, and then the last couple of weeks, I'm just like, fuck off.
Oh, Jade, you're too easily disappointed, man. That's the problem.
Baz, Dan Kane's
Newcastle. I'm used to disappointment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dan Kane's commenting a lot about sort of hammering Adam. Can I just point out that I'm very good mates with Adam, by the way. I go to most of the away games with him, and I get on great with Adam. It's not that I'm hammering him at all, and I've said this about his video titles numerous occasions to him as well. But I am good mates with Adam, so I'm not hating on him. Absolutely not.
Why would anyone think that? I mean, I talk to Adam quite a lot as well, and I always put him in my shout-outs on my tweets and stuff like that. And I've said to him as well, like quite a few times, that title is disgusting me. And I've said it to his face. Well, not physically to his face, but on Twitter in conversations. And when he was on a stream that we did, I said to him, you need to try and calm down with your You clickbait, mate.
He's a good lad. He's a
good
really
lad.
Nice lad. So we're not hating on him at all. I'm good mates with him. Thank you very much. Rant over.
Come on, mods, sort yourself out. You should be diffusing these situations.
Indeed.
Right. Exactly. Is Julie not in the house tonight?
She is.
Dublin's in the house. He should be sorting those things out.
Yeah, but Dublin, you've got Dublin Davis.
Relying on Dublin to diffuse.
I know, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
The Santa Claus looking Irish hobbit.
Right, next one that is not looking good either. I told you some bad.
By the way, I've called that. I've called that to him to his face because he was on the fan forum tonight. Just so people just think I'm not hating on him either. It's a joke that I've got going with him.
Brilliant. Right, Ramsey doesn't look great either, as Eddie Howe doesn't want to unsettle the dressing room by bringing in players on 300k a week unless Juve pay part of his wages. So he doesn't want to unsettle the dressing room by having someone walking in who's on 3 times more than what they're earning.
I mean, is that flying fuck what that squad feel? To be honest, like after the way they made me feel for the last 14 years, fuck off, man. No sentiment here.
I get where you're coming from, but think about if someone walked into your job, does the exact same job as you, and then
they're obviously better than me if they're getting 300k a week. So
yeah, but you wouldn't feel fantastic about it, though, would you? If they were doing the same sort of thing.
That's why I am the boss.
There's no talking around this one, is it? I'll move on to Billy.
Oh, no. This is a quality conversation, you know. That's like telling me jumping like my best friend Jeff Hendricks is going to get 300k a week. Mate, fuck off. I'll give 300k for jump off the bridge.
Jade, you can't say that kind of thing.
Man.
You can't ask Jeff Hendricks to jump off a bridge.
He'd miss the fucking water.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
Quality players get quality wages.
I'm not saying no. I can't even say anything else after that. He might miss the fucking water.
Anyone with any mental health issues, please don't listen to this part of the show. Please DM me if you've got any recurring issues, and I will talk to you about why it's not good to jump off a bridge and miss the water. Thanks for that, Billy. Funny though. But
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on from Ramsey then. So apparently, yeah, it's not going to happen.
Look, I'm glad about that because I don't like him anyway.
He has a bit of an attitude problem, doesn't he?
And he's always injured.
He's always injured. Yeah, he's just got arrogance about him, hasn't he? But I still have him as a player.
I don't think he's better than Shelby.
What did last week? What are you chatting?
I'd take him because we're shit. And we need players.
We beat Leeds.
We did. But
Thank you very much.
That was a great result.
Was.
Right. So obviously Lingard, you're saying that it's just been announced the deal was off. When I got sent this at 7:30, it said Lingard desperate to come to Newcastle, but Man United need to give the green light. Everyone's on standby to go. It's an easy deal to make. Man United willing to accept the loan fee. They're trying to agree a price. Emails backwards and forwards on this one. So, but then 2 hours later down the line, it's off. So
it's off.
It's a shame because apparently it was quite easy to do. But they just couldn't do it. Couldn't get it over the line. There's that famous saying.
Don't even go
What do
there
you have to say that for?
Well, you said it was off. You broke my heart on that one.
I didn't say that though. That phrase though that is common with Newcastle United since 1939. Just couldn't get it over the line.
I wouldn't go that far back.
Back in Lee Charnley's days.
Brilliant. Right. Carlos deal isn't off. It's simple. Personal terms aren't the issue. Sevilla moved the goalpost many times, but £35 million, not euros, will get him. Club paying cat and mouse. Sevilla will most probably cave as the player wants to move. Now, that is very interesting. Now, I think that's why that would be one of those deadline day signings, Paul.
Yeah, I think with regards to Carlos, I think Sevilla will buckle before we do. I think we've said there's the final offer, take it or leave it, and I think that'll stay like that. I don't think we'll go in with a higher offer. As I said before, Sevilla have had 3 different valuations now matched by Newcastle, and then suddenly changed the goalposts again. They've done it a fourth time. I'm pretty sure that this is the last time we'll actually negotiate with them, and I think they'll buckle closer to deadline day because they need the money. And you know what things are like, and you guys will understand. He may get injured later on in the season if Sevilla keep him, or he may go out of form or whatever it may be, and they will not get that kind of money for him offered ever again. They can't take that risk.
Definitely not, because they're not going to get it in the summer, are we? We're not going to go back in for them if we stay up and say, right, we'll give you 40 million for him now, and it's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
Jade, what do you make of the deal? Do you think it's still a possibility?
Giving up on this deal.
Oh, it's such
I've let this one go. I let it go earlier. The known amount of times they've moved these goalposts, as much as I really want this player to come and play for us, I am done with these continuous, we want this much, we offer it. No, actually, we want this much, we offer it, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. The player's told you he wants to move. He's refused to contract. Sell him, take your money, and just fuck off.
Yeah.
And the fact that they won't, they just keep going. I'm done with it. I just move on and fast.
The problem is Carlos wants to leave, and he's actually said that. He wants to move.
Yeah.
So it's Sevilla are risking having a bad apple in the dressing room who doesn't want to be there, and risking losing out on a hell of a lot of money. Those two factors alone say to me that they've got to buckle at some point.
And I want him. I absolutely want him. I've said to you for weeks, Baz, that this is the centre-back that I wanted personally.
Yeah.
Because I know him better from watching La Liga. So this is my choice centre-back. So
the Sevilla chairman is a monumental bell end.
Oh yeah, he's known for this. He's known it. He's done it for most of the deals. That's how he made the money. But
oh, Paul.
Yeah.
Kept that one quiet. Well done, Julie.
A week today.
Yes. What we do?
Poignant dates of a birthday, though, Paul.
Sorry, mate?
Poignant dates of a birthday. Dave's funeral, isn't it?
Day after. Dave's funeral day after, yeah.
So yours the first.
Mine's the first, and Dave's is the second.
Dave's the second, yeah.
Yeah. Dread
yeah.
math.
We'll have a few drinks.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope we leave the door open for it. But I can't see us in the summer. Obviously, if we don't get him in these next 6 days, I don't see us going.
The thing is, though, as well, aren't they paying Martial's full wage?
Yes, allegedly.
Yes, they need them. Yeah.
So surely they need the money. They need him off the books and money into the club. I mean, this chairman's a bell end. I mean, come on, he's just been a dick.
Yeah. Right. Let's do the breaking news for you. I think someone's.
We already know it. I know it already.
Yeah, someone's fucking ruined it for me. That's why I've just seen
Chairman, this is Barry's breaking news.
So the breaking news is something that we said quite a lot of times, Paul, on both our shows, that we would potentially like to see it if Eddie Howe would agree to it.
Connor Cody's coming.
No.
Oh, you twat.
No. Rafa Benitez, director of football.
That's a load of shite.
It's not.
That's your news,
man.
It's not. Keith Downey has put it on Sky as well to say that it's happening. It is.
It's not.
The owners have always wanted to work with Rafa Benitez.
Yes, they have.
And him as the director of football, Eddie Howe is open to it. I think that is one hell of a shrewd move for the club. Hopefully Rafa can give him a few defensive tips as well. And Rafa will also be looking at getting in the best players for Eddie Howe's system, not his system. And I think it's a good move. I really do. That's why I'm really happy, because Rafa's coming home in a different role. And I did say this could happen. I said it months ago. Get Rafa back as a director of football. Oh, he's all gone quiet. What's the matter? Rafa's coming home.
Totally exciting news.
It's a good move.
It is exciting news. I think it's great news.
Right.
Big Buddha's watching you, Eddie.
For some sort of like breakthrough, like some sort of, spiritual uplift. And instead, I'm going to uplift myself to the fridge to get another beer.
Jade, there's 6 days till the window's shut. She's actually gone to the beer. I love it.
I thought that was her screaming no there. And it was a bloody fridge door.
Right, Jade, there's 6 days left of the window. You've been absolutely devastated that nothing's been happening. And one of the reasons why things have not gone as well as they should have, because we haven't had a director of football in place. So if Rafa
I
comes
don't
in,
believe that.
quickly,
There never used to be director of footballs. Don't give me that crap.
yeah, but the things change though. Remember, the game moves on. The balls were heavier, now they're lighter. All this sort of stuff. Things change. Director of football has played a big role. Now in a lot of football clubs. Look at Brighton. If Brighton didn't have their director of football, there's no way they would find the players they found.
Can I throw a spanner in the works here?
Of course you can.
Right.
Always.
So, right. Hypothetically speaking, right, if Rafa comes in as director of football, okay, suddenly Eddie Howe goes on a losing streak of 4 to 5 games, what's going to happen?
I can see what would happen. The fans would put pressure, and all that.
And you know what our fans are like. It's all get Rafa in. He's sitting upstairs. We need him back, and it'll all be so unfair on Eddie Howe. And that you know for a fact that is what our fan base is like, and that's what will happen. As soon as things start going wrong for Eddie Howe, he won't be given any time to put it right because the pressure will be on to put Rafa in the hot seat, and that's the problem I've got with it.
Yeah,
that's been all the way from day one.
And I did say, I did say at first, Rafa would be a great director of football. But the more I think about it, the more I think problems will be caused by it. As soon as we start losing maybe 2 or 3 games, fans start singing Rafa's name. It all turns sour at Newcastle again. I just don't think it. I just don't see it working.
Luckily for us, we didn't sign Lucas Digne, isn't it? Fucking good job that was.
Well, exactly.
Graham, thank you very much. Go on.
No, I just think the risk is too big because it'd be so unfair on Eddie Howe because it's unnecessary pressure on Eddie as well. Because as soon as we start losing games, it'll be like, oh, Eddie Howe's not good enough. He's not going to get a chance to turn it around. He's not going to get a chance to win a few games. The fans will start chanting Rafa's name, although those that think Rafa is this God Almighty Messiah, and it just. I don't want. I can't see it happening. I can't see it working at all. I think it's a massive risk. Just my opinion, though. But
no, you're entitled to your opinion. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, exactly. Very quickly, Graham, thank you very much for becoming a member of the family. Really appreciate it. If anybody else would like to join the channel, it's 99p, 199, 299. You choose what you want to pay. The perks are the same, but the link is pinned into the chat. So if you'd like to join Graham and the rest of the guys we have in the family, we're 10 away from our target now. You're more than welcome. We'd love to see it. And if anyone would like to obviously be a member of the Toon Review channel, the link is in the description. Please consider that as well. So come on, Jade. Do you agree with Paul? That's the reason why you don't want Rafa back, or do you have other reservations?
Do you know, I never thought about that, actually, until Paul started saying it. My initial thought was he'd be a great shout for director of football, wonderful scouting market, wonderful links to, better quality players, already knows the owners, kind of fills all of those kind of bills that we're looking for and clearly what we need. But now I do, with Paul mentioning that, I do see the pressures because we know how much the owners love him. We know he was the first choice. And we know that there is a fan affiliation for Rafa. I loved Rafa. I did. Happily, proudly sang Rafa's name. I did. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't. I happily did. Nay upstairs, she got a Newcastle shirt with Rafalution in the year 16 on it. Because she loved Rafa. So, no joke. It's the shirts upstairs, right? It's, massively loved him. But I do see that pressure now that if things start going wrong for Eddie Howe, there is going to be that initial, get rid of him because Rafa's already there and everyone loved him and he knows the bosses love him. There is going to be that added pressure on Eddie Howe, and I don't want that to create a bit of a disharmony between Eddie Howe and the owners and whatnot. Yeah. And who makes the decisions on everything as well. You need it to be a team. Yeah. And if Rafa goes, I want this guy, and Eddie goes, well, actually, I don't, how's that going to go down? Because they're going to listen to Rafa over Eddie.
Yeah, and that's going to leave Eddie in the cold, Rafa pulling rank. And,
it's all assumptions, though, remember. You don't know that would actually happen in a conversation. But this is the thing. It's how you can see it going.
Yeah, but do we...
Get her on the pitch. I love it.
Do you also trust Rafa to bring the right players in?
Yes, I do. because he's not.
Didn't he bring quality to
molding-
Liverpool? Like some of their best players
Yeah, exactly.
came under Rafa.
He brought shit to Newcastle because he was buying in an area like Poundland.
Oh, I don't judge anyone that to buy it.
He also got rid of Xabi Alonso to bring in Gareth Barry and failed to bring Gareth Barry in.
Yeah,
so
it's
he's
a very valid argument back, Billy. Touche to you, son. Ching.
But he did bring in Fernando Torres. Very quickly again.
It's a no-brainer, though, isn't it? Anyone would buy it. He's one of the greatest strikers in the world at the time, isn't he?
Jay Rogers.
He was at that moment in time.
Yeah. Jay Rogers, thank you very much for becoming a member. Andy as well, and John Elliott as well. Thank you very much for joining the family. Jesus Christ, we're 7 away from 100 now, which is incredible. Considering I've only been offering it for nearly a month, it's just amazing.
And like I really hope as well, Barry. Sorry, that this isn't. Why do people keep saying that? The people's eyebrow. I don't do that on purpose. That is part of having Parkinson's. Unfortunately, I have the people's eyebrow going on all the time. It's not deliberate.
I spent years trying to do the eyebrow, so I'm just jealous of you.
I can't do it.
Well, I do it without even thinking. It's got a mind of its own. My left eyebrow, apparently. So that's just the way it is. Can you smell what the? Anyway, I just hope, right, that it's not the owner's way of moving Rafa into the club to eventually be manager, because of the affiliation that they've got with Rafa. You know, is that their way of bringing him in as director of football with a view to him being manager at some point? Because, you know, we know he was the first name on the new owners, to start this revolution or whatever. And I just hope that it's not their way of, because it's Eddie Howe I feel sorry for here, because I think, you know, Rafa will get all the headlines, or Rafa brought these players in. It's Rafa's, you know, if we start suddenly playing well, it's all down to Rafa, nothing to do with Eddie Howe. Rafa brought these players in. It's his team kind of thing. It's not Eddie Howe's. And I just don't, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it working at all. I've got really, really big reservations about it.
And one more reservation. Talk about shit timing. If you want to give your next opponents a big incentive to give us a good hiding, just appoint the former manager and fucking DOF.
Yeah, but that's another way of rubbing it into them and saying, "Ha, we've got them now. You can fuck off. We're going to beat you 5-0."
They didn't want him.
No, they didn't. Bazzi was shit.
He
was don't you dare stick up for Rafa Benitez at Everton. He was shit. He was shit in China and he was shit at Everton. Right? He bought some shit players and he got sacked because he was shit.
£2.5 million to spend in the summer. What is he going to do?
He was shit. Just for once, please admit that he was shit.
Let's be honest. The fans didn't want him from day one, and they take great delight coming here and giving us a good spanking on the next game.
Nobody can say anything against the Messiah that is Rafa. I don't get it. He was good for us. Yes, brilliant, fine. Historically, that's what it should stay at. History.
That's what it is. That's why he's going to be a director.
But none of these coming back as DOF because it's just one way of getting him back into the club. And all
the ex-managers, because
and all the Ponzi Newcastle United. Oh, Rafa is the god of everything. We'll want him back as manager as soon as we lose a fucking game of football. You know that'll happen.
I know, but I don't think the owners will do that. Let's face it. I don't think they will. Stokes, big shout out for a Liverpool fan. Thanks for joining and listening in, Chris. Really appreciate it. It's nice to have other fans from different clubs on as well to get their point of view, because, you know, like I say, we're blinded sometimes by black and white eyes.
Yes, Barry is.
Or Rafa Benitez eyes.
Or Rafa Benitez eyes, of course. Which again, I'm guessing Chris will be as well.
And I've just seen a comment in the chat saying, "Paul, why do you hate Rafa?" I don't hate Rafa. I love Rafa for what he did for us at the time he was at the club. I do not think we should be going back to a manager who, as DOF, can cause more problems than good with Eddie Howe. So that's how I feel about it. But I don't hate Rafa.
Nobody hates Rafa.
I'm glad you've all come onto my way of thinking at last. Apart from you, Bob.
Apart from me.
Bloody Boris Baz there.
That's harsh. That is below the line, that one.
That is really bad. Stick to Leicester. I'll accept Mo Leicester, but not fucking Boris.
Yeah. I am raging with that one.
Oh, no, you're not, Barry. You've said worse to me.
True.
You can't say worse than fucking Boris to someone.
Well, that's true.
Barry can't trust me.
Zapata
He knows I love him.
Exactly. It's a club's way of getting the player to say no to the clubs. Yeah, I get that. But no, the deal still could be done, which is interesting. Right, let's just got the more comments and we'll get back to HP. Throw in
According to Baz, all deals are still on.
No, what do you mean all deals? I've gone through 3 that have been smashed. Jesus, Jade, come on. Open your ears. If reading bollocks on the screen excites you, Baz, God help it. No, it wasn't on the screen. I got told it.
Brian's in a very bad mood, Baz, tonight, by the way. He's in a bad mood.
He needs to let it out on the guitar, doesn't he?
Yeah. Get
on the microphone, mate. And thunder!
Scared me a little there, Baz.
Sorry, do apologise. It's one of my go-to songs. I'm in a bit of a rage just to, let everything
Really?
out. Yeah, it's a good song. It's not because of Iron Man at all. Definitely not.
No, of course not.
Right, so once again, Ousmane Dembele's agents have contacted Newcastle to say the player's available, but like I've mentioned previously, they don't want unrest in the changing room as the player's wages is ridiculous. So, Jade, are we going for another beer now?
How many times have we ignored these calls? Look, I like Dembele when he's fit. When he's fit, he's quality. Rapid pace, knows how to hit the back of the net. La. Fairy tales and candy floss.
Yeah.
And wages are going to be an issue. The guy earns a fortune at Barcelona, and I don't think we're going to be more than willing to give him that here. Not because we can't afford it, but it's obviously going to be a plan of a structure of an improvement before we start throwing contracts here, there, and everywhere. The injury record has always been the concern.
Yeah,
I can't see it happening. If we've ignored the agents for this long, I can't see us suddenly picking up the phone like, "Oh my God, sorry, I've been busy."
No, it could be a deadline day if we're desperate, though, couldn't it? Let's just pay his wages and get him in if there's nothing
I'm
else
not
there
going to say no
for
to
us.
him. You can't. We're not in a position to say no to anyone at the minute. That's going to improve the squad. And I think he's absolute quality player when he's fit. I just don't see us meeting those wage demands that he wants.
So, Brian, it's not talking to the player. It's the player talking to the agent talking to another agent, and the agent telling the club the player will come. It's very sneaky. It's how they do it. It's how they get around it. So they'll have an offer in front of them and they'll agree to it. But doesn't mean they're going to sign because, like I said, there's got to be a transfer between the two clubs, which is why we're getting shitted on quite a lot of times. Billy Dembele, spoke about him quite a lot on our shows and on Paul's shows as well.
Yeah, made of glass. If you keep him fit, great player. If not, wait for money. Quite simple.
Ooh, nice and sharp, that one. What about you, Paul?
No.
No. Because of his wages or because of his injury record?
His injury record more than anything else. I think that, I'm sick of signing players. I'm sick of getting players with injury problems and stuff. But listen, if we signed him, I wouldn't complain, put it that way. But, I don't think so.
Bruno, wow. I'm going to be over the moon. It's a 12. Go on, Paul. Go on. Let's see that blood pressure go up.
No.
Man United want a big loan fee. Apparently, they don't want too much of a big, 5-6 million, I think. But it's one of those ones where they'd rather sell him and recruit as much money as they possibly can.
This is it. He didn't want to come on a permanent, and we only want to loan him, and Man United only want to sell him. So it's kind of catch-22. Don't think it's going to happen unless someone gives in near the end of the window.
Yeah. So the club desperately want 2 centre-backs. I think that's been known for a while now, especially with the injuries after Saturday's game. They are looking at domestic players now as well because of what's happening with Carlos and Bottom. So there's 3 names that they're looking at. One of them kind of excites me. The other 2 really don't. I don't know much about them, but Adam Webster, Nat Phillips, and Saar. They're the 3 players in the Premier League at the moment that we're looking at to try and sign in the window if we can't get this Carlos deal done? Any of those three excite any of you? Jade, for you first.
No.
What about Sarr? He's not bad.
Yeah.
Hardly been seen, has he?
I don't think we have much choice on it, to be honest, at a minute. Don't want Nat Phillips. Don't want the other one.
There's a lot of people rating Nat Phillips, though.
I don't. So
I haven't seen enough of them to
each
have
to
a
their
comment.
own on their own opinions, but
Yeah.
no, I don't. I don't personally think he's anything particularly special. No, I don't think he's that solid. I think he had one good game, and people keep repetitively telling me this one game,
Right.
but you can't tell me any others where he's looked at all solid or has put himself in contention for even the cup. So for me, it's just a reject that we're just going to pick up another one that can't get a game anywhere else, doesn't want to get picked up by anybody else. You think of all the other clubs that need defenders, no one's looking at him. No one has ever looked at him. And all of a sudden, everybody wants him. Absolutely not. I said no from the start to his name, and I will stand by that no.
Cool. Basnan agrees with me. That is very right, Joe Linton. I very rarely agree with you. We have conversations a lot. It's probably the first time, to be fair, because he thinks it's like FIFA sometimes, and just go out and buy this guy. Go out and buy.
The thing is, Nat Phillips, he's only ever looked okay next to a top quality centre half. I'm talking Van Dijk's. When he's stuck in next to Matip, or
when he's babysat,
or the Croatian bloke that thought he was the best centre half in the world. Makes mistakes.
What's this? Yeah, right, Paul. This is all bullshit. I will tune in next Monday. Everything before then is bollocks. Bye for now. Okay, see you, Alan.
Okay, bye. Could have got a round of shots in before you left.
I'm sure he's done that before. Put a comment exactly the same on a couple of weeks ago.
It probably is. You can tune in on Monday because
unless I'm getting serious deja vu. But
no, but like the funny thing is, Paul, there's no Horseman on Monday. It's Sunday. Monday we're doing this.
That's a very good point.
So you'll literally be tuning in to us doing this again, but on transfer deadline day. Who's Billy pulling off?
Oh, that's my comment earlier.
I don't want to know. Paul, any of those three centre-backs excite you at all?
Which three?
So Adam Webster.
Kevin Webster.
That's forgettable. He doesn't even remember.
He's wrote Adam on here, so that's why I'm just reading off what he's put. So if it's Kevin, it's Kevin. But he's put... Oh, to Coronation Street. Oh, you twat. Adam Webster, Nat Phillips, and Sarr.
Oh, you had a Sinclair. How beautiful life is at times.
Somebody get that. Somebody get that. We need that to go out.
Oh, lovely, Bill. Lovely.
Baz, your sauce is more of a mayonnaise, if you say so. It's more of a chili. It's actually really good. Come on then, Paul. Those three.
Who were the other two? I only heard Kevin Webster.
It was Kevin Webster, Nat Phillips, and Sarr.
Gets around, he does.
I like Nat Phillips at Liverpool. I think he's a very good player. And he's very highly rated as well. So for me, it would be Phillips if out of those three.
Right. Jade doesn't agree with you, but there you go. 3.5
we had a
million
good
for
show
Lingard.
last time where we agreed on too much.
Yeah.
So
that's
go back to normal now. Let's
steady on,
let's get back onto the ground that we know.
Yeah. So 3.5 million, it's actually 5 or 6 million, Ryan. So that's what I've been told. Comments are 25 minutes. Comments are miles behind because unfortunately we can't just keep reading comments because then never get through the show.
I was about an hour and 20 behind.
You probably were, yeah. I don't even know where I'm up to now, to be honest. This is 10:24, so we're 35 minutes behind at the moment.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's worse. Normally I'd just skip over them, to be honest with you, but I better not. Let's do this and stay strong. Exactly.
6 days to go.
I did read an argument going on between two guys earlier on Twitter that I thought was quite entertaining, where a guy was coming around and he was literally, his words were, they want 80 million, let's just throw 80 million around. And I was, you kind of can't just start throwing 80 million around because in the future, every club is going to expect us to just pay X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
So you have to have a level where you're just like, no. Let's be realistic. Here's what the player's worth and where we're at.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why we told
But
John.
he was determined. He was determined that we should just start throwing hundreds of millions of pounds at every single club for all their players. Bizarre.
Yeah, John Sinclair
Bizarre
said
opinion.
that exact thing, didn't he? He was like, just throw all the money at it. And then someone challenged him and he went, oh, yeah, I agree with that. And then the
he does
next
that to
show,
me all the
let's just
time.
throw all the money at it.
Oh, I'm just reading that thing again. When someone put on John's channel that we should go for Schmelly Fanny, and John said, I think he means Chris Smalling.
Oh, man.
He did, yeah.
Oh, man.
And then Andy blew away at the end. Funny.
I can't wait to find the comments where it's all about Rafa because we haven't got to that bit yet.
Oh, great.
Big announcement, Chowdhury. Definitely not Chowdhury. That's a load of crap. Definitely agree with Paul. I also think
a good player, Matthias Ginter.
It wouldn't be a bad shout at all, that one.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Wages
And he
don't
makes
go
more
under
passes.
FFP, that's true. Yeah. Oh, man, I need to find the Rafa comment. Sorry, guys, we're going to have to skip a few things.
Of course, Bazza wants to move on to Rafa comments. Of course he does.
I'm
Don't
interested
miss
in what
fucking
people
Oliver out,
say.
whatever you do.
You what, Billy?
Is he
Don't
actually
miss
commented
Oliver out.
tonight? Is he commented tonight? I
No,
doubt
he's not
he
in
has. Yeah, I didn't think so. They've skipped. You fucking twat. I hate this fucking thing sometimes.
They don't tweet. They shouldn't
They
anymore.
do some, no, they still do.
Well, not on mine, they don't.
Yes. He is.
Rogerio. I've
Yeah.
meant obviously that name mentioned.
Yeah, he's on the list. I was getting to him, but we might as well talk about him now because someone's commented about him. Apparently, someone we've been interested in the last 2 years, but his agent is pushing the deal. I don't know how true it is or how far down the line it is or anything like that, but
These agents suddenly love us, don't they?
Probably.
I'm surprised they even know where Newcastle is, to be honest with you.
License to put money for him, isn't
I
it?
can't
That's
imagine
funny.
that they do, to be honest, Baz.
The last 14 years, there's been a cloud around where no one's been able to get near her. Jeff Hendrick is brilliant. There's one for you, Jade.
What's the rumours about him?
Billy is a legend.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Oh,
Just reading the good ones out.
Oh, you're reading comments.
Billy and Jade are on fire.
I can't see
apparently.
them, so I'm like, what are you chatting?
No, Billy and Jade are on fire. What about
Your
me and Paul?
defence is terrified.
Billy's on
Hey!
fire.
There's your next song.
Yes.
Did I shake my shoulders on his head? I did, didn't I?
You did, mate.
It's a natural fucking thing. What's the rumours about Jeff Hendrick, Baz?
So Jeff Hendrick apparently is off to Borough potentially. They're interested.
Ask
in
me what
signing
George the Hippo would think about that.
George the Hippo. What would you think about?
Jeffrey.
Fuck off, Jeffrey. Fuck off, Jeffrey.
I can't believe I've gone back to that already. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
You useless sucker fucking shit.
I'm so lost.
Did you watch the show last night?
You're too young
I
to
was
remember
working.
Rainbow.
Oh yeah, you won't know
I
Rainbow,
won't.
will you?
Up above the streets and houses, rainbow flying high.
It's brilliant, Rainbow. Go on
Zippy stuck his
YouTube
cock out the
and,
window and pissed in Bungle's eye.
Google dirty episode of Rainbow, and it is one of the funniest things you'll ever watch. It was terrible.
Jeffrey.
Have you been caught wanking again, Zippy?
I don't know, George.
No idea where I am anymore. Baz.
Get on your phone, Jade, and Google Rainbow and you know what's going on.
hate you, George, at times. I do.
And to think that lad left early and didn't get a round of shots in to help me get through this. Bastard.
Oh man! All right, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Yes to
Oh, yeah, the
Rafa,
Rafa ones.
all the way. Yeah. We don't want Rafa anywhere near our club.
Well
Ooh.
said, Paul. A man of my.
Here we go, the division
Facilitate
again.
between
I love the
inexperienced
division.
owners.
Someone's
Exactly.
paying
Think
it.
about that's a good point. No to Rafa, though. Same Paul. He ain't going to help in the next 6 days. How do you know? I'm a huge fan of Baz. He's reasonable and
Nuanced.
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Reasonable.
Likable,
Madam
maybe. I don't
Baz,
know.
you're reasonable.
Apparently, I'm a superstar in the making. Thanks. I doubt it, though. I'm getting too old for that. I love Rafa. Don't need him back. Howe and Rafa will clash. But apparently, Howe said he wants him back. So
It won't work.
do you think it's rubbish? It's not rubbish. But it could be rubbish. You just never know. Director of football and place to appoint someone with no experience in the role. Be better getting someone that's done the job. That's a good, very, very reasonable point. Rafa isn't an easy man to work with. Just ask the ex-Everton director of football. Well, he wanted all the control, didn't he? I suppose. Don't want Rafa.
You're telling me that
involved.
Rafa would come in as director of football, not want control. Won't work. Will not work.
No, there's a reason he left Mike Ashley. Because he had no control.
This is true.
Not going to happen.
Rafa would want to keep Longstaff on. I can see it backfiring. We have a substitute manager now.
There you go.
Undermines Howe. There's Graham joining. Thank you again. I still think we sign Carlos next month. Or this month, sorry. When I get next month. I agree with Paul. Howe has his targets. Rafa has his targets. Who wins? Very true. Paul with the facts. He just went off on one like he likes to do.
I'm sorry. What did you just say there? I didn't quite catch that, Barry.
I said you went off on one like you like to do.
No, I went off on one just putting my point across, Barry, because you weren't letting me. Because you
And a very nuanced one it was.
Yeah. It's very difficult to talk to you about Rafa, Baz, because every time you blink, you just see him in your eyes, and you can't see beyond Big Rafa. You just will not see anything beyond the Messiah.
Tom's got a good point, though. Rafa's brilliant at spearheading recruitment. No more Rafa, for the love of God. There's some great ones coming in. No to
Definitely
Rafa.
split opinions, hasn't it?
Anticlimax.
Oh, actually,
For some people it is, for me it wasn't.
I thought there'd be more love for him out there than what there is, so I am a little bit surprised.
No, there's more saying no than there is yes.
I don't think Rafa will happen, sorry. He needs to keep his nose out. Yeah, potentially. Rafa Everton with better players, the man's done.
Yep.
They have a lot of injuries, though. You've got as he did. Come on, yeah, his best striker missing. He had no striker at one point. He signed 3 players. He only had 2.5 million to spend. I'm just going to put that out there.
Right, hang on. So Eddie Howe's coming, and Eddie Howe's getting flack off some.
Well, he shouldn't be.
Newcastle fans. He's had injury problems, COVID to deal with, injuries, not being able to play with a striker sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've had games called off. Barry, next time you got breaking news and exclusive, keep it to yourself. Cheers, Luke. Rafa's never been director of football. He hasn't, but doesn't mean he can't do it. I never worked in a Kit Kat factory before. Now I work in a Kit Kat factory and do a very, very good job. So people adapt. You get into a role, you understand it, and then you be the best you can in that role. I never knocked on doors and sold windows, but I've ended up being one of the best people of doing that when my very first job. And I was crap at it to start with, but I learned how to be better at it. So people adapt. Otherwise, you just don't find other jobs, do you? You just get stuck in one role. My phone is the football club matters on the pitch. It has split opinions, and I think there's more no than yeses, which is fair enough. But there's a very good chance it's going to happen because the owners have wanted to work with Rafa, so that's the reason why it's.
And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have asked. They'd have asked Eddie Howe on his opinion.
Yeah.
A bit, sure to God, they wouldn't be going over his head. You'd think.
But if even Eddie Howe has said, yeah, fine, I still think down the line it is going to create problems. It has to.
I agree. No, I totally agree.
You know, it just worries me. It really does.
It could, and I'm not going to deny that it could cause problems, but it could also be a match made in heaven potentially as well. Though, but it's our opinions.
Do you remember Liverpool had Houllier and Roy Evans together?
Yeah, that didn't work. Did it? No, definitely not. I think I'm pissed. Agree with Paul, but think Rafa could be very good as director of football. There you go. So he agrees that it could be a problem, but he also thinks he could do a good job if that was how he was going to do it. Just do that as the job and not interfere. So it all depends. Rafa's had his time at the club, but so did Keegan, and he came back. And then got treated like shite.
And he still didn't do it. Yeah, exactly.
They came back twice.
Exactly. He came back and he left again. Rafa came, had to leave because of Mike Ashley.
Yeah.
You can't all sit there and say, "Oh, I'd love Keegan back," but not Rafa. Well, they both pretty much the same thing.
No, I wouldn't have Keegan back as director of football either.
I'll have him as an ambassador role.
Yeah. Like if you want to sell the club to somebody, you send Keegan, because the way he talks about Newcastle United, he could sell Santa the Arabs him. So I just think that, when you're talking about managers who've got that kind of reputation at a club like Rafa and Keegan do, like Sir Bobby did, coming in as director of football, you're always going to have that little bit of doubt in your mind that, as soon as something goes wrong for the current manager, they start chanting for Rafa's name and it upsets the balance. Eddie Howe is getting more pressure.
That's inevitable.
Yeah, Howe will come under more pressure than he actually should. Yeah,
I'm divided because I know his knowledge of European football and of players.
But it's not that I hate Rafa. It's just I don't think it would work at all.
I don't. I agree with, like I said earlier, I agree with you on that sense. I think it's a hard one because you kind of want his knowledge and his contacts for European football, for talent. But then I'm also concerned for that situation happening.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember as well, he went to China, had bags of money in China and failed. What did he go to China for?
It's a hard sell, isn't it, to get players to get to China. I know, crikey, I know the money's good, but it's kind of a hidden place from the world's eye, let's be honest.
And then they stopped giving those wages out, didn't they? At one point,
yeah, they had to. They had to start capping it.
Yeah,
because they took players like Oscar from Chelsea and stuff like that over there, and offering them absolutely ridiculous amounts of money. Carlos Tevez was on something ridiculous, like 600,000 a week.
Yeah, exactly.
It was ridiculous. They had to cap it.
Yeah. So a little bit left to talk about. Yeah, be patient. Don't write off any deals as clubs will scramble the last few days. Alli, Carlos, Botman, players like Origi, Aubameyang, and also leave in the last few days. So basically, he's saying there's still no deal off the table. When it comes to transfer deadline day, some of these offers we put down for players, clubs could get scared knowing that there's no other club coming in for them. The money's too good to turn down, and they might change their mind at the last minute. And this is why transfer deadline day is going to be a very fun day for both our channels, because it's going to be backwards and forwards and ups and downs, and hopefully a few really good signings as well at the same time.
I don't think we can wait for that. That's a huge risk.
We can't wait for it, but we might be forced into waiting for it. I still think there's still one or two deals to be done before the transfer deadline day, but I still think maybe 2 before it, 2 on it, maybe even 3 on it if we're lucky. I still think we'll hit our target of 5 or 6 players by the end of the window. Just who they are, we don't really know yet, and that's why we have all these discussions. Goossens is another one, but he's been out with a hamstring injury for 2 months. He's just started training, but he is someone we could be interested in. Again, the longer this window goes without signing a left back, he's becoming quite popular. And apparently we're going to talk to Man United about Van der Beek again, see if we can persuade him or not. We're going to give him one last chance.
See, I worry about that. If we have to go in and persuade him again, he's already said he doesn't want to play for us. I can't see what's going to persuade him any differently now than what it would be, a week ago. I just think, if a player doesn't want to come, fine, move on.
Hello, Mr. Oliver. Nice to see you.
Hello, Oliver.
Yeah. Loaded fanboy in the house. Hey, shouldn't have dissed me on your channel though, should he, Paul? It's not fake news. It is actual news, and it could happen.
Whoa!
What?
Who dissed me? Who did I diss on my channel?
No, he dissed me on your channel.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah. Oh, we hear about these things.
Well, I told you, Baz, so
I know
that's
exactly.
how you heard about it.
No, Billy told me, actually. He says
Well,
he
I
was
told
watching.
you as well.
I know he did, but Billy told me first.
Oh,
Beer was a cracking shout tonight, lads, I swear. What a great call.
Oh, you've had connections with Oliver as well, Jay. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll tell you afterwards.
Mm.
I look forward to
yeah.
that.
Oh,
How exciting.
Oh, yes. You'll be very interested in it.
You will be.
I am very intrigued.
Rafa is great. He would be dizzy
Just
with
get
the
your
dollars
creative
to
mind
spend.
intact.
Yeah. He's not coming. How do you know? I love it. I love when people say he's not coming, but how do you know? Rafa, sorry. Heard about Dr. Pritchard. He deserves
So that's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, he's
something
in
along those lines.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in Middlesbrough game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, another one in the stands collapsed and he
Over
ran
that,
to the
the
rescue.
fucking jinx.
Oh man! Somebody said it in the chat that Keith Downey said it. It wasn't me who said Keith Downey said it. It was someone in the chat actually said it, and then he ruined my announcement because my announcement was in my thing, which basically says NUFC to approach Rafa Benitez for director of football as Eddie Howe is open to it. That's what I said. Didn't say he was 100% coming, but someone in the chat said that Keith Downey announced it as well. So if you go back up through the chat, you'll find it. It was about half an hour ago. So good luck trying to find it, though. Why is the omission of Rafa in the style of Bismo to watch his football as bad as Bruce? But again, when he's signing players, it's not going to be his style of football. It's going to be Eddie Howe's style of football. And yes, that is the director of football. Well, it should be. You would hope it would be because you'd hope that's the kind of relationship they would have. They would talk to each other and bounce off each other.
Baz, you know that won't work, mate. It won't work. It just won't.
It could. It might. We don't know.
Well, you're only saying that because you're in love with the man.
I just think he'd be a good person to have in at the moment because we don't have one. But if the rumours were this guy was meant to be coming in after the window, wasn't it? The director of football at Brighton. That went really quiet.
Yeah.
I was reading.
See, but I agree with Michael there. Someone who has been director of football, knows the role, knows what it entails. End of story.
Yeah. See, Rafa has the pull. Potentially he does because he knows the club. He does, but he knows the club. He knows the players. If he talks to them, he could get them in. The issue we've got is the training facilities and all that sort of stuff as well. So,
yeah, what's he going to say to them? Oh, after a hard training session, you get yourself stuck in a wheelie bin. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Wacky agrees with you, Paul. Graham agrees with Paul as well. Do you think we need a sports psychologist to help the players maintain the positive attitude and attitude towards games? I think it might be worth looking at. A lot of clubs already do have them, don't they?
I think we'll have one, Baz. I think. Did Eddie Howe not bring one in with his team? He brought a few because he brought a few more people in after the initial appointment. So we knew Jason Tyndall, etc., were there, but he brought more people in. And they were never actually, we were never actually told who those people were. It just said he'd appointed more backroom staff. So it could well be that he's got one in.
Yeah. And I think a lot of clubs have them in these days, don't they, Jade? Because football
it's
these
really
days
common now,
it's
all about mental health as well, making sure that keeping tabs with players. So I definitely want one in. If we haven't got one, then...
Thanks, Luke.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Luke. If Howe was happy with Rafa's director of football, then I'm behind it. There you go. There's another one. So if Howe's open to it, why not?
It's very 50-50 on this.
I'd say it was a more 60-40 and...
Yeah, probably.
I'd say 59-41.
Ginger, why do you think it won't happen when the owners were so up for having Rafa as manager? He's now out of a job. They wanted to work with Rafa. There's a very good chance it could happen. It's not a pipe story.
What Ginger thinks would happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think this. Tell me what you do think, because I'm interested for your opinion on that side of the coin.
Yeah,
throw that one out there.
mean, he's not going to get another job as a manager, is he? Let's be honest. So it kind of makes sense.
Struggle,
for him.
yeah. I don't think Rafa scraped through the championship. I mean, we scraped to win it, but we were second by about 8 or 10 points, weren't we? So that's not scraping through the championship. The whole idea of Rafa staying was to get us up, and he did that.
It was a difficult season, man. It was hard.
It was.
He did a great job
that year.
He did a fantastic job getting us back up first time of asking, and
did
quite
a great
comfortably.
job stabilised us too. So you can't criticise what he did for Newcastle United as a manager.
Exactly.
Well, won't criticise the job he did for us at all. I think he did a solid job for us.
Yeah.
Right, but reverse the scenario, okay? If Rafa's director of football, right, and remember the start that Rafa had in the championship, right? We had a bad start.
First couple of games, yeah.
Right? Now you reverse that. If Rafa was director of football and Eddie Howe had lost those first few games, what would have happened?
You might, yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I just
think it'll upset the apple cart. Not straight away, but everything will be right. Everything will be rosy. Rafa and Eddie will be shaking hands and smiling together. But somewhere down that line, the apple cart will be upset, and it'll all go wrong.
Yeah. Just for rowing, we did cover those players. Lingard does look like it's off. Carlos is sort of off, on, off, on, off, on. We're just waiting to see what the next instalment is. There's a chance that it's still on though. So. Rafa too defensive, but when he's the director of football, he can't be defensive because it's not his job to pick the team or pick the tactics. We've got one of the worst defensive record
in the league, so
yeah, exactly.
And he had kill us right now, would it?
Exactly, 6th best defensive league when we came out with the championship into the Premier League, and then that got ruined by Steve Bruce, didn't it? So there is that side of it. Everton, well,
there is, but defensive football's job isn't on training pitches, unfortunately.
Exactly, it's not. It's not. It's got nothing to do with it, has it? It's.
Yes, I am positive.
Thank you. Rafa's got a magic hat.
By the way, Keith Downey has said that he's just floating the idea on Rafa. So
right.
There's nothing in it, guys.
Maybe.
It's just.
I said, move on. Next story. Baz, what else you got?
No, that's all the stories now. So we're just going through the comments to see if anybody else has got anything good. I told you there's only a few little good things in there, not a lot.
Is Jeff Hendrick leaving?
There's a chance he's going to move.
Fuck off, Jeffrey.
You had to mention that, didn't you? To put them back on that, didn't you?
I don't know what that is. I'm just.
You need to Google it and find out. Like I said, something was in the chat. I also got a message saying there's a possibility that Rafa could come back as a director of football. So,
look, while Rafa's out of a job, right, he is always going to be linked with the club because some people just can't let him go. Barry,
bad coffee on there, Paul.
It is, mate. Just a bit throaty.
Yes, I do get them from Teletext, Oliver. I definitely do. But you also get all your stuff from Loaded. So there you go. No, I'm not great mood. What's the brilliant? As do the property Black Lives Matter. Thanks to the NHS. Then. Oh, that name is coming up far too much. They are still on.
Classic.
Teletext old as Rafa's news. I love it.
Rewind. When the crowd say Mo, Malaire, stop.
Brilliant. I love it.
What absolute.
Somebody should check in up on her actually and see if she's all right.
There's no medicals booked in. They were booked in on Thursday. They just weren't used. Oh, Jesus. Gabriel Bongaho's a name I don't want to know. But knows more. I love it.
Johnny, give Mitch a call. Pick it up.
What's that about?
I don't know. What do you make of Eddie Howe's nephew getting a role in the club? Obviously, he was at Bournemouth for 10 years. He obviously knows what he's doing. Is that a shrewd bit of business for Newcastle bringing him in?
I think so, because he look, Eddie Howe obviously he trusts his brother. He's worked with him before, and it's all gone reasonably well, hasn't it? So I don't see a problem.
Yeah, I was aware. You would hope there wasn't a problem unless there's a family feud going on. Billy, do you know much about him? I don't really know too much about him, but he's obviously worked for Bournemouth for 10 years, so he obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah, clearly, and obviously, like Paul says, Eddie Howe obviously trusts his nephew, and he's done the role at Bournemouth. Seems a reasonable acquisition.
Yeah, I have heard that Palace are in for Van der Beek, and I think that's why our interest is reunited again. You know, thinking we can beat Palace to them somehow.
Yeah, but you turned us down because of our league position. Palace ain't in our league position, are they? So
no, that's true.
It's a waste of time for me.
Apparently Lingard is back on for you now. And that was, when was that sent? That was sent at 4 minutes to 11. So look at that. Lingard's back on now.
Yeah, but he's really annoyed. He wants to come. By all accounts. Well, his account.
I believe nothing from you, Rich.
By certain accounts.
I love it. Jade, what do you make of the nephew joining?
I don't know how much I trust it. Like, you look at the recruitment at Bournemouth. He's a recruitment manager. The recruitment there is really poor. So I'm not quite sure how to take this one yet. I'll see how it goes.
He was there 10 years, wasn't he? So
that means absolutely nothing.
But it does, because you're saying that he's
Barbara
recruiting.
sits down the road at Tesco's for 10 years and she still don't shock up the milk when I want it in the morning. And so
right.
that doesn't mean nothing to me, love. Like,
no, but think about it, right? You've just said the recruitment was poor. You're only talking about the Premier League in the last couple of years. He was there for 10 years, and look where Bournemouth came from.
I don't think any of their recruitment over the years. They've probably one or two, possibly good shouts.
Yeah, but are you just talking Premier League?
As an overall, I didn't follow them through League 1, League 2. I'm not even going to pretend I did, because I didn't. But
the recruitment must have been good for them to get from that standard into the Premier League.
We're trying to stay and progress and grow in the Premier League and become a top 6 team, not lower down. So
yeah, but what you got to think of is that he did that job so well to get them out of that league.
You can sing the praises of a guy that we don't know all you want until I see some actual stone on. This is what he can bring and impress me. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna sing any praises for this bloke. Welcome to the club. Do a job.
A bit harsh. Obviously, did
that's
a good
realistic.
Job.
It's realistic, and do something.
Okay.
What can you do?
So, Ben would like to see Sarin. We mentioned him.
He's gonna ban me from this show, man. I would have kicked off, and I.
No. Hey, everyone has their own opinions. It's great. It's easy to come in for a game for a top 6. It is, yes. Nat Phillips looked good with the likes of Fabinho ahead of him. That's the other problem we've got. We don't have someone of that quality around him to mop up any mistakes. So, offered 6 million Lingard entire wage. United have blocked the transfer. They've just been spiteful. That sounds about right. That's what we reported. 6 million, 6 million.
They want to sell him because they want money.
They do. They want 10, 15 million for him. And
they want to sell him because otherwise he can leave on a free.
Exactly.
They don't want him to leave on a free. They want to make money off him. We don't want to buy him because we're in that threat of the bottom 3. So it's just not going to happen. They're going to screw themselves over, and he's going to leave on a free in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they think about it, they can get £6 million for him instead of even going on a free, can't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Simple. I think that one still might happen.
See, I mean, it could happen on the last day because then Man United will think, well, we're going to get nothing, so we might as well take the 6 million because nobody else is coming for him.
And they don't want to let him go to West Ham because they're fighting for 4th place with him, aren't they? So.
Exactly. KK makes a good point there. Ward Prowse and Cody Paul. You obviously be happy to see that.
I'm very happy to see that. But the problem is, I don't think it's going to happen. So my birthday, the day after the transfer window, is going to be a period of mourning. After the build up to the transfer window was all about Connor Cody. I don't know why we haven't gone for him. I really don't.
I don't understand it because he is a quality centre back and he proved it all the way.
We're putting the feelers out on some of these other players that I can't. I mean, before we started talking to these other players, I could see why we didn't go there.
Oh, Jesus.
But looking at the players now, I'm like, well, why haven't we asked the question? Because if we're going in for these, we may as well ask the question for him.
Yeah, I agree. Block that.
Yes, I do.
That's already been blocked. It's just popped into the chat like it does. Oh, God. Everyone's
the answer is yes. You're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one as well.
Got what?
A Newcastle tattoo.
All right. I was deleting a thing that the mod's already deleted. It was just one of those stupid porno sites that come up, where people
How do you know the porno sites, Buzz?
Well, they've got to be. Clicked on one by mistake, haven't they?
Buzz?
Yeah, Barry.
Know all about you now.
dodgy sites, aren't there?
Those late nights.
Oh,
Once you've
Joe
got the baby to
Linton,
sleep.
what's your Joe Linton saying? Thank you for your £5 super chat, and let's see what he's got to say for himself. Along with Eddie Howe's nephew coming in with a gaping to appoint Eddie going. All right, it's just got a P in it, so I'm just trying to appoint Eddie Howe's dog as director of football and Howe's cat is scout and is cold fish too. All right, come on, it's not going to happen.
That's a great comment.
It is a great comment.
By the way, I'm still looking for a fish tank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Loves his fish.
I do.
Carp stream. Yes, they did delete it. There's one where I need to obviously mention, and again, I thought the guys would have dropped in their link tonight, but I don't know if they have, and I might have skipped over it. But Outside Looking In podcast, I'll be on their show tomorrow night. Talking mental health and what it's like being 40 and having a newborn and all the struggles. And obviously Ian and Ricky will be talking through their struggles in life as well and what it's like being 40 and trying not to be a creepy old man and all this sort of stuff. So it's going to be a barrel of laughs, but also very serious as well at the same time. So if you've got nothing to do tomorrow night,
that one actually,
it should be good. So if you're interested in mental health side of things and wanted to hear from 3 middle-aged men, come and join me tomorrow night because I think it'll be very good. And please subscribe to the channel as well. Those guys run the charity that we sponsor as well. So they're great guys and they're trying to do their best in life after they had a few dodgy starts in life. Let's just say it that way. And you'll be happy to tell you all about them as well. God, someone, Alex, stop spamming. Yes, Alex, stop spamming. I haven't seen any spam from Alex, but there you go.
I said Bruno's. He keeps writing Bruno's name in the chat.
Oh, right, there we are then. Yes, Foxy, we've obviously covered that one. Target play, any sign any club player in this delay and wanting extra money, just move on to the next target. Yeah, but we'll run out of players, won't we? The amount of people we're being linked to and not being able to get.
Mad. Linked with 300 players and we're running out of players to bid for.
Yeah, exactly. Jade is mint from Dude61. I cannot be controlled. You can be. It's just called Bard. Oh, Chippers is in the house. It's been a while since we've seen a comment from him. Apparently, we were saying Jack and Vera Duckworth to be in the fucking hell. I'm not going to live that one down now, am I? The dude who got Andy Cole.
Oh, I remember that.
Before he left.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yes. You'd be gutted. Well, yeah, there might be. It's probably just me being an idiot.
Jordy Riffs has sent a fantastic tweet, fantastic post.
We go and read it out because I probably won't get to it. Come on. We'll read it out, Billy.
Oh, it's way down the bottom. It's gone now. Hang on, let me find it. Here we go.
A song. It's a song.
There we go.
Molester, running down the wing.
Is the rest of it? Just
No,
started with that.
I wouldn't want to interfere with their lyrics to coin a phrase.
Thanks, Louis. That reminds me of Paul Collingwood. Oh, man, that took a while for someone to pick up on that one. It's been a while since I've heard that. Paul wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about.
I know who Paul Collingwood is, you bellend. He's a bloody cricketer. Honestly.
Bloody good one as well.
Yes.
And a Mackham.
Rafa in Rondon to follow. He is a Mackham, unfortunately. I agree with Paul. Jesus. There's a lot of people agreeing with Paul tonight. There's definitely a parallel universe happening.
Nothing like the final bit of the transfer work.
There are so many comments. I just have to go.
We'll keep going through them.
Mate, I'm never going to catch up.
You will, man.
I won't. Is there still brown ale on tap? Ooh. There is in America. They do it in America, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Brown ale on tap in a certain state. I can't remember which one it is, though.
Do you know what? I've never, ever had brown ale. I've never tasted it.
I've had 2 bottles of it and it gave me the worst headache I've ever had the next day.
It's not a drink you can drink all night. 3 or 4 bottles.
I do work in a Kit Kat factory. Thank you very much. Never ever worked in confectionery before, but yeah. By the way, Kicker Factory, you need to take a break, mate. I have. I've got 4 weeks off. It's not a great break, though. Told him that Rafa there. It mustn't be true now, then. It's obviously, since he said it.
Oh, leave Ben alone, man. He gets so much shite from everybody he does.
What do you mean? Oh, mate, honestly, I've skipped loads of comments. I apologise. But I always thank people for joining because it's a nice thing to do. But again, comments are just, there's that many of them. Honestly, I wish someone was on. Paul understands what it's like. Trying to keep up with them, it's nigh on impossible.
Joe Road on you, Spurs.
What's this one? Bars might not manage Newcastle because everyone has been shit up to now. Get in there and be great. I won't be great.
You know what it is, right?
A football club.
Rafa's first signing, if he comes in, Rondon.
Rondon. That won't happen.
Follows around like a yap dog.
He was a free, wasn't he? What's this one? Jobs for the family and friends. No, I haven't actually had a text message yet from Milk, or have I? And I've missed it. Nope, definitely not. The baby is still asleep. It's a miracle.
Don't jinx it.
No, honestly, she's such a guzzler. It's so bad. Right, I'm at the bottom now because I just had to get to the bottom. Any medicals booked in this week, Baz? Not that I know of. If we do hear from the hospital, we'll let you know. I don't get why people are so strung up about that. Medicals get booked in and then don't get used. It's just one of those things. You can't beat a nice bottle of Brunel. I don't know. Like you can't.
One or two.
Never tried it either, to be honest.
Have you not? Don't.
No.
Nice
Never actually tried it.
Oh, God. No.
Any more than two, though, it's too heavy.
That was an epic one that day. Paul thought it was Follow Friday, which it does actually mean Follow Friday, but it ended up being a little bit naughty Follow Friday on that hashtag that day.
Unbelievable.
So I just got food, like cheesecakes and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I
bloody did.
So I was totally all right because nothing came up for me.
Unlike the man in the picture.
Yeah. I couldn't believe I turned it off as quickly as I bloody could when I saw what it was. Right. Yeah. Very quickly, if you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight, please hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 2,500, I believe. So we're getting there. As again, if you'd like to be a member, the link's in the top of the screen. There's been a few members tonight, so thank you very much. We are going to be buying prizes for member-only draws from these guys. It's a charity. They do great work. The sponsor of the channel is Northern Soul Photo Guide. There's great prints of local landmarks, so please check him out. He has donated one already, and we're going to give this away in February to, I think he told me it was a picture of the Tyne Bridge. I'm going to have to open it and find out to make sure he definitely sent the right one. And if you need any work done, check Glenn Middis out. He does some great stuff. He works for himself. He's great at doing it. He's a fantastic guy. So please.
Is he a builder? Is he bad?
You what? Sorry.
Is he a builder?
Yeah, builder, joinery, carpentry, all that sort of stuff. Really, really good.
Right.
And like I say, if you want one of these signs, we've sold a few. £40, £5 goes to the food bank. We've got 20 to sell, so that's £100 donated to the food bank. And Paul, Geordie Riffs?
Yes.
Yes.
Local company in the northeast of England for all your guitar repairs and setups. What is he doing?
It's a capo. It's part. I'm just talking about guitars. I'm just showing you a capo.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, he goes on the thing and yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so offering 10% off your first guitar setup or repair and your first guitar lesson free if you just quote the tune review when you go and see Graham or Natalie. And the website is linked in my videos in the description. You can also go on to Facebook and Twitter and find them on there as well. Thank you very much.
That's a brilliant comment, that one, isn't it? Oh, man. It's like Babe Station, isn't it? It's Babe Station.
Phone box.
How do you know what Wave Station looks like?
Well, come on. Every guy slips on that channel.
It's
every
funny,
now and
isn't it,
again
Jade?
by
He seems to
mistake.
know where all these funny
You know,
channels
awful
are.
lot
Or,
about all
you
these
know,
little porn sites, but yeah.
Oh,
Don't
it
get
has
any of
been
this
a
when I go on
blast.
Toon Review.
Ooh.
I'm sorry?
She
I said I
doesn't
don't
any of
get
this
I
smut.
don't get any of this porn business.
damn right you
when I go
don't.
on Toon
We
Review.
don't. We
It's
don't
just pure
stoop to
clean
that
chat.
kind of filth.
We do not.
Oh, apparently the mods deleted the link to the show on Wednesday night. So mods, please don't delete anything to do with outside looking in, because I asked them. I said it was all right for them to do it. It's my fault for not telling you at the start of the show, but well
That's
done for
fault,
being on top of it.
Just saying.
Does he travel down the toll road?
Hang on a minute. Right. Is she modding for you?
Yes. See, Babe Station, definitely. She only mods when she's not everybody
it's fine,
else.
It's fine.
She,
Just, my
I got,
staff seem to just be moonlighting everywhere. It's fine.
It's all right. I got double in on mine.
Exactly.
Got the best.
Yeah. So basically, I asked Julie to help out because obviously I've got, Dublin Dave, and I wanted Julie to put him right and teach him how to do it properly. So she helps out every now and again. It's really nice of her to do that.
I'm getting told off now because I said she. I do apologise, Julie. She's coming up soon. I'll get a punch.
Yep, there it is. You're going to get absolutely decked for that. That's Bar's picture of Rafa and Tube in a box. Oh, Jesus. I prefer XNXX. I don't know what that one is, Jim. I have no idea. Transfer deadline predictions, guys. Go on before we go. What do you think, Paul?
Listen, how can you predict it? It's for me, it's going to be mental. I think. I don't know if it'll be mental with many signings, but the rumours that are going to be kicking around from like 6 o'clock in the morning on deadline day, it's just going to be constant. Whether we get the players whether we get the players in or on loan or what, I don't know. But I think it's going to be a busy one. Certainly the busiest we as Newcastle United fans have had in a very long time.
Joe Linton, obviously the optimist.
Yeah.
Jade, come on, predictions. I mean, you're ever the optimist at the moment as well, so this should be interesting.
Ever the realist.
The realist as well, yes.
I honestly haven't got a clue right now with everything that's gone off today and then other deals that have apparently come on today. I haven't got a clue if we're going to bring anybody in. I know how many we need. But how many we get, and if we get anybody on that particular day, I really don't know. I wouldn't like to say.
Oh, come on, make a prediction. You got to make a prediction. I'm pushing you for one.
Fine, I'll go for Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba, brilliant. Billy,
I think we'll get Lingard, and I think we'll Carlos last day.
Billy's still hoping on that one. I like that.
I still think we'll get Carlos on the last day. I really do. I'm going
Botman
last day as well. I think
Botman will be linked as soon as deadline day starts. Botman's name will be all over it, and but whether we get him or not is God knows.
Rumours are he's set for moving to Milan in the summer.
Yeah, I heard that actually tonight that he's apparently agreed to move to Milan, but.
There's a good comment. The RVI is going to be booked out for medicals. That pretty much, if we're going to be linked with about 4 or 5 players coming on transfer deadline day, they are going to have to book it out, to be fair, because that's how it works.
We need 4, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I still think there's 1 to do before the actual deadline day, and on deadline day, I reckon 2 or 3. So I reckon 4 by the window shuts, so 6 in total, which is what we wanted, 5 or 6. So I think we'll get what we want. We've just got to be a bit patient, enjoy the ride. It's the first time in 14 years we've been able to enjoy a transfer deadline day. Yep. It's going to be fun doing it live on the channels as well, bouncing back between each ones, watching Sky, because we won't just comment on Newcastle. We'll cover the full transfer deadline day. We'll be on our phones, on our iPads, We'll have HB and Hines.
They will be like Jim White.
Yeah, exactly. You can have bets on what colour ties we're going to wear if you want, or wear a tie.
I'm wearing
whatever.
a fucking tie. I don't have a tie.
I don't fucking own a tie.
Jesus.
I can't get one to fit me.
Nah.
Okay, brilliant. I love it. Fantastic. One quick last shout out. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed the show. It has been an absolute laugh. And like we say, these rumors are rumors, but we try to give you a little bit of an inside information of what's actually happening. You know, like Rafa to director of football. Please become a member if you would like to. We're only 7 away, I think, or 6 away from hitting our target. It would be absolutely incredible if we can reach that before the end of January. And a shout out to the charity, and a shout out to the sponsor, a shout out to Geordie Riffs. In the description, Paul's channel's down there. It's a great partnership that we're running. We bounce off each other's channel. Please subscribe to his as well, even though I know most of you already would have. But if there's anybody out there watching who hasn't, please go and subscribe to it. He's on his way to 9K. Let's get him to 10 as quickly as possible because he deserves it. It's, you know, one of the reasons why I'm doing this myself as well. So, you know, please subscribe to ourselves. Paul, we're back tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Oh, we're doing the 1 o'clock, right? I'll what am I doing?
I've got a week off now, so got a week off, so I can join you at 1 o'clock if you want me to as well.
Actually, Billy, do you not think Baz looks a bit like Jeffrey?
Oh, Jesus. Someone's already mentioned that in the comments as well tonight.
I was thinking more Bungle. Same colour hair.
I'm going to have to YouTube this.
I'm telling you, Jade, you'll thank me. Go on YouTube, type in the dirty version of Rainbow.
Oh, you would tell her
you'll
to
I
have
put
can't
the
that.
type
dirty.
that in. Do you know
You
how much
can.
stuff will like randomly start showing up in my
On
phone?
YouTube.
I'm not opening
No,
myself up to
it'll
that.
just be episodes of Rainbow.
No,
1 skin,
no.
2 skin, 3 skin. Jeffrey!
Oh, skin.
He doesn't say it.
Why are you
Were
telling
you
her
playing
to
with
go
my maracas all night?
Why are you telling her to go to the dirty? Honestly, Barry,
Because it's
I hope
funny.
you're all watching this, all 300 plus of you, right? That Baz just told me to go and search dirty videos on the internet.
No, I didn't say that. I said go on
Look up
YouTube
it.
and exactly. It's not dirty as in you're going to see someone getting nailed. You know, you're not going to see.
Oh, yippee.
It's just lots of innuendos.
I've only got one arm, Jeffrey. I can't do anything with it.
Bungle, get away. I'm not having you as well.
Someone thought it was a great show, so thanks, Peter. But no, honestly, Jade, right? It's just lots of sexual innuendos on a kids' program. That's why it's funny, because it should never have aired, and it's one of the funniest things you'll ever watch. It was aired about 1984, 85.
Originally, it was in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was 84, 85. But there you
But it
go.
went on for years.
Yeah.
It went on for years and years.
Oh my God, I look like Great Larry the Bird, apparently.
Not Larry
No,
the
mate.
Bird, Barry. Larry Bird.
You do look a
Oh,
little bit like Larry Bird.
Not
I don't know who
Larry,
Larry Bird
the
is.
Bird, Baz.
I don't know who.
Basketball player.
I thought they were talking about that big yellow freaking bird from Sesame Street for a
That's
second.
Big Bird, Barry, not
Big
Larry
Bird.
the Bird.
Big Bird, there we go.
You do look a bit. You have got in the face Larry Bird's features.
Awesome.
But he played
Do you
for
have
the
a
Phil
thing for
Celtics, so
Jane
I'm talking about him.
of Rainbow, like? No, you're not.
She was quite fit, Jane, yeah, to be fair to her.
Was she? Back in the 70s.
I was too.
Late 70s, you see, late 70s again. Paul got that down to the
Wasn't
T.
born, guys.
But check it out, honestly, it's so funny. You'll enjoy it. It is really funny. Dublin Dave, get some faces put on Rainbow as well for tomorrow, so we can use them as the shorts. Get Paul's face and Billy's face on the characters, and we'll have a bit of a laugh with that tomorrow.
Yeah, do it. I'm not looking, so I'm watching.
Put his face on mine. Fuck off.
Brilliant. Right, we'll see you tomorrow for Paul at 1 o'clock. Have you got anything Wednesday night, Paul?
No, I am at Susan's tomorrow night. It's my night off.
Oh, it's your night off. Well, you can
Family
watch Gallagher
time.
Girls, because Gallagher Girls will be airing there tomorrow, and it will just be the girls. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
do not want to be putting a wig on and be calling myself Belinda again.
You did. You loved it. You loved the Baz.
It was fun. But good night, everyone. Really enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow.